I'm Rebecca Gordon.
I'm Sylvia Gordon. In this issue, we're going to talk a little bit more about the confusing $35 insulin.
As well as blackout periods. We have a carrier that's no longer in the MA market.
And some details on making that extra money for HRAs. Stay tuned.
All right, so the insulin is still a confusing topic. Who's offering the $35 copay? Who doesn't have it? How do you know which plan has it?
So the Medicare Plan Finder does have a filter that will help you filter out who's participating.
That is awesome.
So the main thing is not everybody's participating.
Right.
The agents think everybody's in it, or they think if a national carrier does have it on their Part D, that they have it on all their plans.
The carriers had to apply to be a part of this program. So if they're not in it, they're out.
Not all national carriers are in it.
But the plan finder will help limit that scope on who to look at, which is nice.
So I know you guys have a lot of questions and consumers have a lot of questions. The misconception is that all insulin is $35 for AEP 2021. No.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but it's not. Again, the carriers that did apply to have it, don't have it on 100% of their Part D plans.
So use the filter.
So go check out the Medicare.gov plan filter for the $35 insulin and see what you're talking about before you're in front of your client and you look stupid.
Right.
We all hate that.
Some good news is that WellCare is now paying $60 admin fee per app for all of the HRAs.
Which they don't call it an HRA. They call it, Centene, they call it a VBE. What do they call it?
Value-based enrollment.
They call it VBE, right. So, love these acronyms. Thank you, industry. Keep it coming. Don't want to get comfortable.
But the only way you
can
can get
what
it,
we're talking about.
you got to do it on their Ascend platform.
Right, so you have to use Ascend, the Centene Ascend. It's very similar to Centene's if you did it last year. If you didn't, WellCare is paying a lot because most carriers are paying $50, they're paying $60. So when you get your commission check for your Medicare Advantage, is it just an additional $60 in your commission?
It's not commission. You're not going to see it. It's an admin fee. It's completely separate. Has nothing to do with commission.
And we do get asked that. It's like, well, how can they pay higher commission? Because I thought you said fair market value sets a ceiling that covers all carriers.
No
that
problem.
is true. This is not commission. This is a separate admin fee.
It's a bone. Oh, I could probably say that.
Awesome.
I was going to say like
admin
it's
fee.
a holiday
Right. And you'd be crazy
Do it.
not to go and do that.
Right.
It's not that much more time for
Get the
for
information.
the $60. But again, you have to go and take a separate training module to be able to be eligible to do it. Do that now, because we'll have agents during AEP last year and they're like, hey, I'm sitting here, I'm ready to do my first whatever carrier.
Help me.
And they can't because you have to do the module and get approved. And sometimes there's a lag before those two meet up so that you can do it. So if you have an agency, get your agents to sit down and do it now. If you're an agency admin, and you're the one in charge of all those people out there, go push them to do it because they're going to come to you and say, this won't work. And I didn't get paid. I had an agent last year. I didn't get paid on 10 of these. And you didn't do it right. You didn't qualify. Now is the time.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as the 15th, that chaos reigns.
Let's talk about blackout dates and releases. God love you. We're getting a lot of people saying, hey, I want to come to you now, blah, blah, blah. And if my upline doesn't release me, I'm going to sue them. Folks, AEP is here. You can put your intents in. You can request for a January 1 release or do the intents, but nobody is going to release anybody right now.
The only company that I know of that doesn't have a blackout is, I think, Cigna HealthSpring. But all the carriers like, hey, it's not going to happen.
We got to write business now.
Even if you have a release,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. It's like you don't play with your team, practice all summer long, and then like on game day be like, you know what, I want to switch schools. Like, come on, think about it. Your FMO trained you and supported you and got you something to this point. If your FMO is not going to release you right now, that would be almost universal. It would be rare. It'd be weird if they did.
Right.
But even if they do, a lot of carriers like, we're not going to recontract you even if you have a release. Just wait.
Just wait.
Okay?
It's all good.
The main thing Rebecca's trying to talk about is we get calls all the time. They're like, he won't release me. I want to work with Gordon Marketing. I'm going to sue him. Don't waste your money.
Save your breath.
You will not prevail in a court of law
Right.
Okay, on that.
Good luck.
Talk to your marketer, and your marketer can tell you if you want to move a contract, how to do that, and who you're coming from, and we can tell you, because we're very good partners with most of the other FMOs, and we can tell you this is how we do it, and this is how they act, and so you don't waste your time and your emotional energy getting frustrated and hiring a lawyer.
Especially not at this point in the game.
Yeah, that's y'all crazy.
So I want to add something in real quickly. So I just got off a conference call with Anthem. So this is for my Indiana agents, also my Ohio, Kentucky, Missouri, Wisconsin, and Georgia agents. They are launching a new under 65 program called, see, it's not true. I am the best mom ever. Ask my kids. Called Anthem Enhanced Choice. And it is to rival the ACA. It's 3-year plans. It covers pre-existing conditions. Way less. And obviously the ACA, it's really targeting those folks who don't qualify for subsidies, so higher earners. If you're in these states, reach out to your marketer. We're excited. In Indiana, they're paying an annualizing comp, and it's per person, and it's a nice chunk of change. So hit us up. This is fresh off the press. They're going to have their site up and running, the quoting by November 1st for 12/2 effective dates. So the market is still there. It's still got a lot of young people that need some type of health coverage, and Anthem has stepped up to the plate with what looks like a really awesome product. So Joe Gilbert, if you're watching this, job well done, my friend.
I want to talk about UnitedHealthcare's really big news, and that is that Lean now has voice signature.
That's awesome.
It's funny because we're still getting pushback from the agents that they're like, I don't want to do e-apps, I don't want to learn, I feel ya. But think about it. We don't know what's happened with COVID. We don't know what's happening with the flu COVID intersection, and then the hurricanes and the wildfires and all the other FEMA problems wherever the states that you live. Be grateful that the carriers have these solutions.
They constantly persevere.
And get off your butt and learn how to use them. Our team will train you. We'll walk you through it. We'll get you comfortable. You don't have the choice, the luxury of putting your head in the ground and going, nope, I'm going to do paper. You might not be in business.
Right. Right.
Your state might say no face-to-face appointments.
Right.
So be prepared. Take the time now to go learn how to use these great tools. And thank you for United for coming out with this, for giving everybody basically to have the opportunity to be a call center.
Right. It's perfect.
But you got to learn how to use it and how to stay compliant. Because the bottom line is, when you're selling on the phone, it's not a chance to just be like, do, cowboy, boom, boom, shoot 'em, bang, bang. You still have to give a full compliant presentation.
Yep.
It will be recorded. So if there's ever a dispute lodged by your client, they're going to pull the call and they're going to say, oh, you blatantly misled your client. You got a problem. So
you did nothing wrong.
Right.
You're good. You're cleared.
Right.
Those are great ones to have.
Right. So especially during the end of AEP, people get tired, and that's when people start to maybe abbreviate the presentation. If you're doing it on the phone, just remember, that is recorded. That is complete evidence that you did a complete, compliant presentation. So if you feel like you're tired, you're frustrated, whatever, maybe take a break before you go in and use this tool.
This is a great get out of jail card. And it also is saving you a tremendous amount of money, because if you've ever looked into how to set up a voice signature or record, it's not cheap. So, thank you, UHC.
They're doing it for you. Avail yourself to these wonderful tools.
Get her done.
I want to talk about some headline news in the insurance industry.
It's a lot.
The latest consolidation, Athene, which is a independent IMO type company.
Yep.
And Mass Mutual, which is the opposite,
captive career company,
are banding together to take over American Equity. So that's a $3 billion merger if it goes through. Probably will. And so
what does this mean? So you take captive and career, you take reps over here. Think they're going to need everybody?
I think there's going to be a lot of reps that are redundant
Yeah.
that'll be looking for jobs. So those of you that run life and annuity shops might have some good talent that's available to hire. I'd be
great
reaching out if you
time.
like your reps, because a lot of them will find themselves without a job.
Yeah, this would be a beautiful, beautiful time. Start laying out your goals for next year. And, you know, to grow, you got to have more talent. And what a great way. If this pool opens up,
There were going to be people. That's where LinkedIn's a great place for you to reach out to
Yes.
them now, and you might be able to snag some great talent.
That's
The thing
awesome.
that's interesting is Mass Mutual's always been a captive, a career side, and they are probably going into independent distribution. So that's going to
Love
open up
shakeups.
some
Love 'em.
That's the name of the game.
that keeps us on our toes and opportunities within our grasp.
Again, it just started. It has to get approval, but it probably will get approval in this market. Then again, who knows what happens with the election? You know, the election's a big wild card. Mutual of Omaha.
Do we have an election? Mutual of Omaha. So they got into Medicare Advantage for 20 minutes and now they're out.
Right. I thought that was a little,
That was a little funny.
maybe a little
Funny?
premature entry or
Oh, I thought you were saying you didn't like my joke, my
premature
delivery.
No, I think that's the truth.
You know,
That is,
yeah.
That's weird.
Kind
You're
of
gonna-
like you put your toe in the pool.
Ah, ouch.
Too cold.
Ouch.
Nope, not mine.
So they went in very, very conservative
Strategically,
entry.
like,
Yeah, very
little-
little. And then like, no, not for us.
Yeah. Yep.
So the people that did purchase it will need to pick a new plan.
Great.
So like I said, it's not a big amount of
Not
people
a big
exiting.
shakeup.
But the thing that's confusing agents is they think they're out of Part D also.
So they still are in the Part D
Yeah. So
because we all love our
Meds Up,
drugs.
Part D, and of course they've expanded a lot of their ancillary products too. So
A lot of
the main thing
information.
is, I know, that's the thing, is it's a lot for you guys to digest and stay on top of. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, we would ask you kindly,
Oh, you're supposed to lean in when you say that.
kindly
Would you please subscribe?
to think about maybe hitting the subscribe
It
button.
would be okay with you?
And you would get, if you hit the little bell, you'll get notified that we do drop one of these videos every Wednesday at 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Eastern?
And at least 5,000 of you think that these videos are valuable. Those of you that keep reaching out to me and telling me our videos are stupid, feel free to keep scrolling.
Be nice.
Feel free,
Be nice.
feel free to keep scrolling.
Hey, if you think that, we'll have you on our show.
Right. If you have questions, things you want us to cover next week, please tell us in the comments below. We're here to try to help make sense of this, make sense of what's going on, consolidate it, and push information
Same
out, because we
here.
know your inbox is crowded, you're busy, and a lot of this stuff slips through and you don't know about it. So hope you found this video valuable. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't,
Give us a heart.
don't do anything. Just keep scrolling.
Keep scrolling.
Talk to you next week.
See ya.